The little boy who offered his knees to save a career. I've been a sports surgeon for 15 years, but nothing prepared me for this. A senior lost his full ride scholarship to a shredded ACL. The parents were crushed. I turned my back for 1 second, and their 5-year-old Leo vanished. I panicked. I ran down the hall until I found him in the cast room. Leo had his little jeans rolled up, begging the nurse to take his knees for his big brother. He said, "I don't run fast anyway. He needs them more." I almost lost it right there. It was heartbreaking, but it finally made his brother smile. The paranoid billionaire who accidentally made me rich. People always ask how I retired at 22, and the answer is, my boss had a very expensive temper. I was catering a private poker game for a paranoid billionaire. She banned all electronics. I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I had my insulin pump clipped to my belt. She saw the tube and just snapped. She screamed. I said no wires and ripped the medical device straight out of my stomach. I passed out from the pain and woke up in the ICU. She claimed she thought I was wearing a wire for the feds, but my lawyer didn't care.
The secret message on a coffee cup that saved us. I saw what was inside his duffel bag, and my heart literally stopped. I own a small dive bar in Chicago. It was a slow Tuesday night, and my little sister Maya was helping me close up. Around midnight, this guy walks in, hoodie pulled low, jittery, sweating bullets. He orders a soda and sits in the darkest booth in the back. I went over to wipe down the table next to him, and that's when I saw it. The zipper on his bag was split open. Inside, I saw the wooden stock of a sawed-off shotgun and a box of shells. I froze. He looked right at me, eyes wild. I knew if I ran or screamed, he would start shooting. I walked back to the bar, my legs feeling like jelly. I was trying to figure out how to get Maya out the back door when 2 uniformed officers walked in. They were regulars, came in every night for a quick caffeine fix. The guy in the corner stiffened up. I saw his hand slowly reach into the bag. I knew I had seconds. I poured 2 black coffees into paper cups. On the bottom of the sergeant's cup, I grabbed a black Sharpie and wrote, "Gun, corner booth, don't look." I walked over to the officers, praying I wouldn't drop the tray. I handed the cup to the sergeant, and I tapped the bottom of it twice with my index finger. He looked at me. Then he lifted the cup. I saw his eyes widen. He didn't say a word. He just gave me a tiny nod. He spun around, hand already on his holster, screaming, "Drop the bag! Hands in the air!" The guy jumped up, but the partner tackled him before he could even aim. Turns out, he had just robbed a liquor store down the block and was waiting for the heat to die down. If I hadn't written that note, I don't think my sister and I would be here today.
The billionaire who billed me for saving his dog. So, you want to know about the most ungrateful person I've ever met? I'm a vet tech in Seattle. It was raining sideways. Typical Tuesday. I was driving home when I saw this golden retriever sprinting down the middle of the highway. Cars were swerving everywhere. I didn't think. I just pulled over. I ran into oncoming traffic, dodging an 18-wheeler, and tackled this dog right before he got hit. I looked at his collar. It had an address in the richest neighborhood in the city. I drove him home. This massive mansion, gated community, the works. The owner comes out, and it's this tech CEO guy I've seen on the news. He doesn't hug the dog. He doesn't cry. He just grabs the leash and says, "Thanks." I was soaked to the bone, shaking from adrenaline. I told him, "Hey man, he was on the highway. Close call." He looks at my car, then looks at his perfectly manicured lawn where I had parked slightly on the grass because, emergency. He pulls out his wallet. I thought he was going to offer me a reward, or gas money, or a towel. Instead, he hands me a business card for his landscaper. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "You left tire tracks on the fescue. Send the check to this address." I saved his dog's life, and he billed me for the grass.
I went to a secret concert and left in a body cast. I got a text about a secret pop-up show for this massive rapper. Honestly, I can't even say his name for legal reasons. My buddies dragged me out on a Tuesday. We get to this abandoned warehouse and it is packed, shoulder to shoulder. No security, no fire exits, just pure, unfiltered adrenaline. I managed to squeeze my way to the front, thinking I had the best spot in the house. The lights cut out, the beat drops, the crowd goes absolutely feral. Then, the rapper decides to stage dive, but he doesn't just hop off the edge. He sprints and launches himself directly at me. I saw the sole of his size 12 boot coming at my face in slow motion. Next thing I know, I'm on the concrete. And it wasn't just him. The entire front row collapsed on top of me like a human avalanche. I felt a snap in my collarbone that sounded like a dry twig breaking. I tried to yell, but I had 300 pounds of teenager on my chest. I woke up in the back of an ambulance. Paramedic looked down at me, shook his head, and said, "You're the 5th kid we scraped off the floor tonight." So yeah, I have a shattered clavicle, a concussion, and a permanent shoe print on my ribs. But hey, at least I got the set list.
The 2 foster kids who thought birthday cake was poison. I've been a foster dad for 10 years, but nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the twins. They were 6 years old when they landed on my doorstep. They came from a house of horrors, locked in a basement, barely fed. A week after they arrived, it was their birthday. I wanted to do it right. I went all out. Balloons, streamers, and a massive chocolate cake with 7 candles. I brought it out to the dining room, singing "Happy Birthday" at the top of my lungs. I expected smiles. I expected excitement. Instead, they both screamed. They scrambled backward, hiding under the table, shaking like leaves. I dropped to my knees and asked, Hey, buddies, what's wrong?" The older one, barely a whisper, pointed at the cake and said, "Is it the sleeping medicine? Mom always gave us the sweet bread before she hurt us." My heart just shattered into a million pieces right there on the kitchen floor. I had to eat a slice first, right in front of them, just to prove it wasn't poison. Watching them take that first bite and seeing their eyes light up over sugar, it was the best and most heartbreaking moment of my life.